Post-formal thinking by Tracie Chavis. What topics are discussed in this presentation? First, I will do a quick review of Piaget's theory of cognitive development. Then I will define what post-formal thought is. I will next explain the variations of post-formal thought, relativistic, dialectical, and metasystematic thought. Then I will discuss what variables affect adult development. I will analyze the 5 steps behavioral sequence of adult cognition. Then I will discuss post-formal thought and how it can help your relationships at school. And finally, I will explain how post-formal thought can make you a better educator. Let's review Piaget's stages of cognitive development. In 1920, through observations and clinical interviews, Swiss psychologist Jean Piaget developed the 4 stages of cognitive development of children. They are sensory motor stage, birth to 2 years, preoperational stage, ages 2 to 7, concrete operational stage, ages 7 to 11, formal operational stage, ages 12 and up. According to the article, Piaget's 4 Stages of Cognitive Development Explained, written by Tracie, Piaget believed that children take an active role in the learning process, acting much like little scientists as they perform experiments, make observations, and learn about the world. As kids interact with the world around them, they continually add new knowledge, build upon existing knowledge, and adapt previously held ideas to accommodate information. But does the learning process end there? Is there a stage of cognitive development after Piaget's former operational stage? Many non-Piaget theorists have proposed an additional stage of cognitive development. This stage spans into adulthood. According to Study.com, post-formal thought is the stage of cognitive development in which there's an understanding that contradictions exist in the world. It is marked by flexible thinking and the ability to assess 2 opposing views for truth, and then synthesize those ideas into a new and more complete understanding. This stage of post-formal thought involves different forms of thinking, such as relativistic, dialectic, and metasystematic thinking. It is believed that there are 3 different kinds of post-formal thinking. In the article Revisiting Piaget, Could Post-Formal Thinking Be the Next Step?, written by Elizabeth Janda Scott, she outlines the 3 different kinds of post-formal thinking. First is relativistic thinking. Relativist thinkers are able to understand that truth is perceived by one person might not be the truth for others, and that there are multiple coexisting views. The next, dialectic thinking. These thinkers have the awareness that the world is in a constant state of change. What might otherwise be viewed as fundamental elements of existence are instead viewed as temporary forms that existence takes. The last view is metasystematic thinking. A metasystematic thinker can find common threads in 2 or more theories and combine them into a new structure, which may serve to explain an observation in a new way or encompass qualities of several systems into one. It is important to remember a post-formal thinker can think primarily in one of these ways of thinking, or blend any combination of these forms of thinking together depending on the situation or life experience. In her article, Post-Formal Thought in Adult Development, Jane Sinnott explains there are variables in adult development that affect the thinking process of post-formal thinkers. They are physical self, society, and historical or transcendental time. The first variable is physical self. The physical self is the physical body, including the bodily changes associated with years between adolescence and death. Next is society. Society is the set of relationships with others that each individual experiences. These may include intimate relationships with partners, family relationships, work and friendship relationships, cultural experiences, and any other relationships that form the interpersonal community in which the individual takes place. Last is the historical or transcendental time. The historical or transcendental time means the particular historical era in which the personal is developing and the spiritual background against which each adult sees life unfolding. Jan Sinnott developed a 5-step behavioral sequence of adult cognition. The first step is prior cognition. Next is perception. Then it moves to behavior and feedback, and finally, cognition, a new way of thinking. How can post-formal thought help your relationships at school? Post-formal thinking can help an elementary school teacher understand her students' parents, co-workers, and even their students better. Formal thinking can help a teacher understand their students' parents because they have the capacity to understand multiple viewpoints, and they are empathetic and compassionate. They also understand that not all adults can think in a post-formal way. A group of post-formal thinkers, like teachers, are able to hear each other's viewpoints from multiple lenses. They are able to respect and acknowledge each other's opinions. Finally, a post-formal teacher can teach her students there is always more than one answer to a question. They can model higher-order thinking skills, how to create new meanings and understandings, and how to listen to each other's viewpoints. How can post-formal thinking make you a better teacher? Post-formal teachers are able to self-reflect on their teaching, relationships with others, and how to improve themselves. Post-formal teachers can view situations from different viewpoints other than their own. Post-formal teachers are empathetic, compassionate, and understanding. Also, post-formal teachers have a deeper level of respect for freedom, human dignity, and authority.